A lot of people seem to think that this is Xenophanes. Xenophane? How do you say it?
Xenophanes.
Xenophanes. I'm going to say Zen for the rest of this video. And that this F&F variant is similar to the canon. This is not the case. It is a creation of Rightburst. This is the actual canon version of Zen. But a lot of you may not know that. But why? Well, the lore on Zen is actually in very early development, leaving people with only the Friday Night Funkin' variant. But what does it mean if Sonic.EXE is canon? Well, in Friday Night Funkin', all of this stuff isn't canon. But there are canon stories in an official timeline to Sonic.EXE. But let's not worry about that right now, and let's first get into where Zen came from and how Zen started, and just how different it is from the original creepypasta. We all remember Miss Crimson's Sonic.EXE game, right? Though it wasn't the best, if you were a kid and you watched this, it still gave you nightmares, including me. This is what a lot of people remember Sonic.EXE to be. Though it was inspired from the original creepypasta, it's actually different since it was an adaptation. Why is this important? Because Miss Crimson soon became the basis for what Zen is. At least that is, to my understanding, what caused the creation of Zen. But due to a certain Friday Night Funkin' mod, things began to get a lot more jumbled and confusing. Zen became widely known as Sonic.EXE from Friday Night Funkin', but there was just one problem with that. The owner, Astronomicon, or Shay, soon felt like she didn't want characters to be used in Friday Night Funkin'. Zen was given permission to be put into the mod, but didn't want anyone else to make Zen in their mod. Understandably, the lore of the characters would be misconstrued. And for all those people who wanted me to talk about the Friday Night Funkin' version of Zen, I won't be doing it because, honestly, I don't have a lot of interest in whatever Rightburst is doing. So I am sorry to the people who wanted me to talk about that. The canon variant, since it is a part of the official Sonic.EXE timeline by the owners of Sonic.EXE. But to be honest with you guys, since there isn't too much lore, like, fully developed, it seems to feature different characters to tell a bigger narrative that is completely different than anything that we know. There isn't too much I can tell you guys. Won't leave you guys with nothing. As I said, there isn't too much about the characters, but I'll tell you what is known and what I was able to dig up. First of all, this is the official canon look for Zen. We know that Zen is supposed to have a human form and feature different characters to tell a much bigger narrative that is completely different than anything that we know. Different from his old counterpart, Zen fell to Earth from a meteor. It crashed into the waters of Lake Huron one fateful dawn. Due to being a creature with no soul to possess, he collects and torments those who do, with help from a human accomplice, Alice. Because Sonic is popular, he took the appearance from him, and if I'm being honest, I don't know how to feel about this character. On one hand, it's cool to see that they're trying new things. On the other, I'm not sure why this is Sonic.EXE. This would be suited for a character or narrative that could fit into the actual world of Sonic, or perhaps its own standalone thing. Of course, the creator is free to do what they want. I mean, they have the canon version, they're in their right to talk about it like it is Sonic.EXE. But compared to the other continuity, it seems a little bizarre. But as I said earlier, it may be in the process of being changed or just needs more time to cook. This version of Zen is sort of the version that we remember from Miss Crimson's, but rather an adaptation. I don't mean to make it sound like it's confusing, or maybe the way that I'm phrasing it is causing it to be more confusing than it needs to be. I have tried to look deeper into Zen, but I think I'm just gonna wait until I know that there is a newest update that will address new things. Probably collectively put it all into a story. To keep it completely honest with you guys, Zen is probably the EXE I'm least interested in, but it's only just because of the reasons I stated earlier. Not having that much development. I like the design, but aside from that, there isn't too much for me to pick apart and kind of feels way different than the Sonic.EXE than, let's say, Joe Doughboys. Which is valid, it's okay to be like that. I still like 2017X, I still like the XE, and those are vastly different. This one just doesn't interest me as much, but maybe that'll change with time. If you guys would too, you guys can watch my 2011X video or my Lord X video if you guys are interested in the XE content. Subscribe, because I do a lot of that around here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.